Hello girls, how are you? How are the home people? It is time for literacy 1, primary 3. But before we continue, let us have some advice from Teacher Teopista. Young girls, this world is bad. People who are living in the world are bad. So never trust a stranger. If you trust a stranger, that somebody will hurt you and they will never find that somebody. So always trust your home people, like your mother, your father, your aunt. Those people cannot hurt you. Very many girls have ever trusted those strangers and they've fallen into different traps. Others are raped and the others are impregnated. So I don't want you to fall into those traps. Their lives are miserable now. And do you want to live in a miserable life? So always move around with somebody who is ready to protect you, other than moving around with somebody who is ready to harm you, because you may not know somebody's intentions. So always keep yourself at home and keep yourself near somebody who is ready to protect your life. So today we are going to look at plants. Everybody, plants. Have you ever seen plants when you move around at home, around your compound, around the village? Have you ever seen plants? Okay. So who can tell us what are plants? Tracy? Yes, very good. Plants are things that grow on the earth's surface. Have you ever seen them growing on the earth's surface? Which color are they? Very good. Others are green and others have different colors. Not so? So plants are things, everybody, plants are things that grow on the earth's surface. Can we read that? Plants are things which grow on the earth's surface. When we are at school, we see very many things, very many green things, very many things which are not green when they have grown on the earth's surface. And when we are at home also, when we are moving around, we see those different things. So those different things which grow on the earth's surface are called plants. And they are grouped into two groups. So there are two main groups of plants. There are two main groups of plants, and these are Barbara. Very good. We have the flowering plants. You are so nice. Flowering plants. Sharon, flowering plants. Sharon, give us another group. Thank you for trying. Bridget, very good. We have the non-flowering plants. Non-flowering and flowering plants. So these are the two main groups of plants. So when you are moving around, always be keen and look at those plants. Others will fall under flowering plants, and others would fall under the non-flowering plants. After looking at this, you'll be able to identify that that belongs to flowering plants and that belongs to non-flowering plants. So today, we are going to look at flowering plants. Flowering plants. Who can tell us what are flowering plants? What are flowering plants? Nobody? You please try. What are flowering plants? Tracy, thank you for trying. Okay, in simple terms, flowering plants are plants which bear flowers or fruits. I understand when you are moving around, you've ever seen flowers on plants. They are green, others have got flowers which are white, pink, purple. They have different colors of flowers. So those flowers belongs to plants which are under flowering plants. So what are flowering plants, everybody? Flowering plants, flowering plants are plants which bear flowers or fruits. Because from flowers we get fruits. That's why we say these are plants which bear flowers or fruits. And most of you enjoy their fruits, like the mangoes. How many of you have never eaten mangoes? You are lying to me. So mangoes are so sweet, and if they buy some mangoes at home and they don't give you, that way you can cry. So mangoes are sweet, and those mangoes are got from flowers. And these flowers are found on flowering plants. So what are flowering plants? Flowering plants are plants which bear flowers or fruits. So when we look at the flowering plants, they have two main systems. The flowering plants have got two main systems. Who can name them? Flowering plants. Flowering plants have two main systems. And these are, namely, yes, there are two main systems on a flowering plant. Who can name the first one? Bridget. Okay, the first system is the shoots system. Now you've remembered the shoot system. And the Bridget, the root system. Very good. The root system. So these are the main two systems of a plant. So under these systems, the shoot system and the root system, there are different parts found in those systems. And they will ask you how many main parts has got a flowering plant. They will first ask you how many systems has got a flowering plant. Just say there are two, namely the shoot system and the root system. Then here comes somebody who will ask you how many parts has got a flowering plant. Who can tell us? No, thank you. There are three main parts of a flowering plant. Who can name one? Very good, Bridget. The first part is a leaf. Then another one, the roots. Very good. And the last one? No, please. The last one is the stem. So those are the three main parts of a flowering plant. So a flowering plant, has three main parts. These are and these are we have the leaves, we have the stem, and we have the roots. So these are the three main parts of a flowering plant. Then let us look at the structure of a flowering plant. When we look at our chart here, we have got a chart here showing the different parts on a flowering plant. The different parts on a flowering plant. So our chart here is showing us the different parts of the flowering plant. When you look at this plant here, it is so beautiful and so nice, and there are different parts shown here. Who can name us the first part here? This, which is labeled with letter M. Who can name for us that part? This one, as you are looking at it, letter M represents which part on a flowering plant? Yes, very good. Letter M represents the flower. The flower. Then we have got another part here, which is represented by letter N. Letter N is representing which part? Look at it properly. Yes, it is here. This part here. Bridget, very good. Because you enjoy fruits, that's why you've named that part. So that part is called the fruit. The fruit. Then when we go down, we have this part here, which is between this part and this part. We shall look at those parts because I don't want to cheat for you. So who can name for us this part here where letter O is going? Letter O. Letter O is representing which parts? Letter O is representing, yes, that part is called the axillary bud. Axillary bud. Everybody, axillary. That is called the axillary bud. That is the axillary bud. Then when you go down, we have this part here, which is represented by letter P. Who can name for us that part? Letter P is representing which part on a flowering plant? Very good. That is the stem. The stem. Then when you go this side, we have this part here, which is represented by letter T. Letter T is representing which part? Yes. Okay. That part is called the terminal bud. Terminal bud. We have the axillary bud and the terminal bud. We shall look at them. Terminal bud. Then, when you go ahead, we have this part here. This part here. Which is represented by letter S. How do we call it? How do we call that part? Letter S. shall name is joining the stem is called the node. Then from this part here to this part here, who can tell us that part is represented by letter K? Okay. Who can name it for us? Who can name it for us? It is called the internode. Internode. The internode. Then we have this part, which we've been saying. This part here and this part here. That part here. Very good. It's called the leaf. And it is represented by letter Q. It is called the leaf. And lastly, we have this part here, which is represented by letter R, and it's called the roots. So those are the different parts found on a flowering plant. We shall go ahead and look at their uses on a flowering plant. So these are the different parts on a flowering plant. Sit upright, everybody. Attention. Alright. Let us read through what we have looked at today. Plants. Plants are things that grow on the earth's surface. There are two main groups of plants, and these are the flowering plants, non-flowering plants. Flowering plants. These flowering plants are plants which bear flowers or fruits. Flowering plants have two main systems. Namely, we have the shoot system and the root system. A flowering plant has three main parts, and these are the leaves, the stem, and the roots. This is the structure of a flowering plant, and it has got different parts. The first part we looked at, it is the flower. The second one is the fruit, auxiliary bud, the stem, the terminal bud, the node. The flower touches the stem, and that part where they join is called the node. And between a leaf and another leaf, that part is called the internode. Then we have the leaf, and lastly we have the roots. So these are the different parts on a flowering plant. We are going to write this work, and after writing this work, we shall have an exercise. Thank you for listening. Good day.